Good evening and welcome to the Kick-Off. Joining me tonight to talk all things rugby league from Bundaberg and the Wide Bay area is co-host Stephen Plath.
Dino, how are you, mate?
I'm good, Stephen. And yourself after your long weekend?
Yeah, mate. The voice is just finally starting to come back. Yeah, had a bit of a trip down to Brizzy with our punters club to go to the Stradbroke Handicap on the weekend, and took a bit off the bookies, mate, and had a good night out.
So shouting the winners down, played a bit on your vocal cords.
Yeah, it did, mate. You spoke to me earlier in the week, and I wasn't real good Sunday with the old vocal cords, but no, I'm back. I'm good to go tonight. So.
You didn't get an invite to the South Magpies reunion with Maddie Templeman?
No, mate. It was funny. We had an early flight, an earlier flight. Matt changed his, which was it worked out really good that we happened to be there that weekend, so Maddie could go to the old boys reunion. I think it was the 15-year reunion for their 2008 premiership win that he played in. Had a few people come from a fair distance to get together, and it just so happened that South were actually playing Ipswich on the day, and the South boys had a good win. So
that's good.
Yeah, Maddie had a great day on the Sunday. We jumped on the earlier flight and headed home.
Yeah. So, league news.
Yes.
So
straight into it, Dino.
We'll get straight into it. So we're looking here at the Northern Districts at this moment, and ISIS had a win over Gingin. We have some footage of that game one. Yeah,
very interesting. In the there's someone in the try scorers list that's come out of retirement. Timmy Cole.
Oh yeah.
Was a bit of a shock to see on the try scorers list there. Timmy had a lot of trouble with his knees last season at Brothers. He got through the year and played good footy, so it's good to see him back, having a run around with his home team in ISIS. Yeah. But they had a good win there. ISIS 50 to 10 over Gingin.
After missing a few years, it would have been good for him to get back there and play with his mates.
Yeah, I would say so. And looks like Jakey Thompson must have been back from work. He scored a try. Zachy Dan got over the paint. Zach's a great player. I mean, they're putting together a bit of a season, ISIS, I think, and that's a convincing win, especially up there at home, 50 to 10.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going to be hard to beat when they've got their full side on the park, I think, ISIS. Avondale, the only ones to do it so far this year.
Yeah.
But, when both teams are at their best, let's see. I think Big Pete Sipple's out there having a run around too. Took not that hit up the one before.
Yeah.
So it's good to see him back having a run from ISIS. He's actually from out Biggin Way, Dean.
All right. Yeah.
And when he was a really young pup, I actually played a couple of games for Biggin in the Northern Districts, and got to play with a young Peter Sipple. A lot younger, a lot fitter back then, and mate, really, really good talent at the time. There he is again. So, yeah.
Was that when Paul Dowling had the...
Yeah, Paul Dowling and Buddha and Ivy Grades had the pub up in Biggin, and mate, they won a couple of premierships up there back in the day.
I think I saw Paul at the reunion.
Yes, he was there. He definitely would have been there on Saturday.
Yeah. So a good win for them.
Yeah, and, very good win.
We also had some women's games going on. Agnes Waters against Avondale. That was we've got some footage of that game 2.
Yeah, and, Kim would be happy about that result, mate. 22-4 over Avondale. So well done to them. They're starting to hit their straps too, with that, especially with that 4-0 loss to Gingin the week before. And looking back down through the next game, that Gingin had a good win this weekend too. We'll talk about that. But Kim herself actually got over the paint, which is good to see. Nice try there for her. She'll be pretty happy with that.
Oh, I've seen a little post on Facebook.
I see. That'll be it. We won't hear the end of that one, Dean. I don't reckon.
I thought we won't talk to her tonight. We might leave it a little bit.
Yeah, no.
But these girls look to be really enjoying themselves. You can still see them.
I think
when they do things, make a mistake, it's all laughing and
look, it's a good family affair there with the Northern Districts and the way they play the women's before. A lot of these girls would have you know, family involved around the clubs,
Yeah.
and it gives them an opportunity to get out there and have a run around, mate. I don't mind the way they do it, like, and it brings all ages, you know.
Yeah.
If you're a bit older and you can't get tackled anymore and stuff like that, you can still get out there and play.
Keep fit.
Keep fit, yeah. So, you know, for the women's league tag up there, it's good that the comp's going strong. There's a couple of tight
It's gone
teams.
through there, that's
Yeah,
right.
that was a great run. Very good.
Very good. And also in the women's league tag, game 3, we've got Gingin versus ISIS.
Yeah, well, the Gingin girls
Still going.
going strong, undefeated at the moment. As I said before, Agnes Waters were the only team to try and to really get close. But Galia there, 3 tries for Gingin on the weekend. So she's put on a really good show, showing good speed out wide. So I'm not sure what her first name is, but the young girl Tobin with a double. So 2 try scorers for 5 tries there for Gingin, which is good. But it all comes off the back of this Jude Buss passing the ball from dummy half there.
She does best.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Jude's been playing footy a long time, so she's got all that skill, all the skills. She runs them around the park, and that's a great try there.
Yeah, close to the line.
Yeah, close to the line. Good show of speed. Excellent stuff.
I think they lose one of their players. I think Gingin this week. There, Emma Hodge.
Oh, okay.
I think she'll be done for the season. Not an injury. I think something else has come up. She just.
Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. They'll miss her. Yeah.
So I don't know whether it's work commitments or she's off on an adventure holiday or something. I don't know.
Oh well, all the best to her and what she's up to. But yeah, Gingin, they pass the ball quite well. They've got good agility, and they're going to be a hard team to stop come finals time, and it is pushing that way for the Northern District.
Yeah,
So,
she's a pretty quick game.
yeah, absolutely. So a little bit before the BRL, and but yeah, so which is good to keep it separate. I think the 2 different competitions being so close together.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
So moving on to game 4, we've got South Killarn against Avondale.
Oh, excellent! Yeah, South Killarn is starting to hit some good form too, Dino. That's a great win, mate. 52-6 over Avondale on the weekend, which is maybe a bit of a turn up. I don't think Mr. Paul Barrett will be very impressed with that outcome.
No, I would don't.
Don't
know whether we're down on numbers or.
Well, yeah, it's hard to say there, mate. Without a team sheet, it's hard to say.
It's Phil Lindsay, one of our guests we've had on. He's gone over again for
another try. Yeah, well done. I see Andrew Mason still out there running around in the headgear.
Yep.
Mate, he'd be 46 this year, Maso. So to be still getting around, mate, I can tell you right now, he wouldn't be missing many tackles. So yeah, that's good to hear. There he's playing the ball right there. Playing 5'8" too. So yeah, that's interesting. It'd be a better stand and deliver, I would think, from Maso at his age. But mate, he's still got the skill and ability to play up in the Northern District. So congratulations to him.
More comebacks than John Farnham.
Oh yeah, absolutely, mate. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's good to see him going round. He's been good for the league in the district.
Oh, for a long time, mate. You know, like he's 2 years older than me, Dean, and played a lot of footy together over the years and against each other. Maso, and yeah, just a good bloke, mate. I ran into him out at the footy a couple of weeks ago, you know, asked how mum and dad were and all that sort of stuff. Got a lot of time for Andrew, so yeah, it's good to see him still going around. When he retires, when he actually does retire, Dean, it'll be that'll be a big day for him. But I think he's retired 4 times, to be honest, and he's still coming back. So that's, but yeah, well done to South Killarn out there. And Avondale, just off the mark.
So that's Northern Districts out of there. There's one game from Central District, and that was sent to us by Mike Connolly.
Yeah, but a bit of a turnaround, Dino.
Don't know where it was because it's not on the. I've been on the website, the NRL website, and it's not marked down as a game. So whether the game that was cancelled earlier, whether they've
Oh,
replayed that.
okay, maybe they have, yeah, because
So-
it was, and we spoke about the State of Oranges last week, the big game between Gayndah and Mundubra, and they've had another battle there this week, and it was a direct nearly opposite of what happened the week before. And
60-12.
yeah, Gayndah have got up and had a game, you know,
Yeah.
so 60-12 is a fair scoreline.
It is.
So yeah, they said they had a lot of young guys in the Gayndah team that really stood up.
Yeah.
A lot less drop ball, controlled it, and all their tries were real free flowing and good running.
Yeah.
You know,
good teamwork.
Yeah, good teamwork. So no, well done to Gayndah to hit back, especially over Mundubra. And it's always a good rivalry, that Gayndah Mundubra.
Yeah.
And
So
it'll continue for years to come.
I think that's the only game that's happened out there.
Okay, it must have been that make-up game then, Dean, is what I would think.
Yeah.
Your local Better are your appliance specialists with everything from fridges and laundry to TV, small appliances and much more. Plus, take advantage of our free delivery service within 20 k's of your local Better store. Go local, that's better.
There's one name across our region that's synonymous with all things hospitality, Rum City Foods. And with more than 50 staff and 4,500 square metres under one roof, Rum City Foods stocks everything. They've got the lot. Paul's milk, frozen products, packaged foods, dairy, bakery, drinks, chemicals, and all the hospitality packaging you need. Rum City Foods are a proud member of Countrywide Australasia. Find them at rumcityfoods.com.au or at their massive new premises on Commercial Street, Bundaberg.
So now moving on to Bundaberg, and we'll come to the South later when we have our next guest on.
Yeah.
So on reserve grade, Waves have got up against Brothers.
Yeah, 14-10 there. Yeah, the Brothers boys, I mean, they're close again there. Waves are the team that that's 2 wins Waves have had over Brothers this season.
Yeah.
But both very, very close contests. Yeah. I will say for Brothers, not being at the footy and actually seeing the game, I saw quite a few either backed up or played A grade this week.
Yeah.
So I'm not 100% sure on what happened there with the reserve graders, but you know, 4 points is 4 points. So
this is the
A grade game.
The A grade game. Yeah,
well, it was across the Waves Old Boys Day, hence the old Tigers coloured jersey.
Yeah, good to see the Tigers colours out.
Yeah, so in A grade they had a win, the Tigers over the Brethren this week, and I think it was 24-12? 26-12.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. I know for a fact that the Brothers side were down on troops. A few injuries coming out of that tough win against East the week before, and a couple of long-lasting injuries to some of the senior guys. So, you know, still all in all, like, pretty proud of their performance.
Yeah, a couple of under-18s in there again.
Yeah, there's probably 4 or 5, and then young Zeke Monkton at 6 there. He apparently had a great game.
He did.
You know.
So I watched it, and Waves' defence in the first half, they really stood up.
Yeah. Oh, mate, they're always going to turn up, especially on the Old Boys Day, Dean, I think, you know.
We caught up with their captain after this game, Reece Morn, and he was pretty happy because of because it was the Old Boys game, and we were looking forward to a
couple of beers.
Couple of beers with the Old Boys.
Reminiscing,
listening to a few stories.
No, I actually had a few phone calls, and Tat Wildbait called me through the week and invited me down for lunch, but unfortunately I was away with the boys in the Punters Club, mate, this week, so didn't get to go and have lunch with them this year, which is a bit of a shame, but well done for them.
In the end.
Yeah, it did, Dean, and look, I know for sure there's going to be some issues come out of this game. There'll be there'll definitely be some blokes missing some weeks. So, yeah, leave that up to the match review committee to work through all that.
They'll sort it out.
Yeah, so, but yeah, you know, I haven't got the vision of absolutely everything there either. I believe it come from a young Zeke Monkton made a nice break, stuck his leg out and tripped him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can't be doing that sort of stuff. And, you know, it's a shame to see at the end of the game it flare up like that. But, you know, without actually myself being at the game and not knowing the flow.
From where I was stood, it looked more like a check. I don't know whether he checked.
Yeah, I went back and watched some film on it, and he's definitely thrown the leg out, mate.
Okay.
So, yeah, high knee out like that. Yeah, took him out, which is actually pretty dangerous if you ask me. Like, could have broke young Zeke's leg or anything, mate. You just can't do it. So, whether Katie will get a charge on that or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's just a shame that the end of that game ended like that. You know,
I think there's about 50 seconds to go.
Yeah.
When it happened, so
yeah, so that's a shame.
Wasn't too long.
I think maybe the ref gets in and handles that quicker. It doesn't blow up. But
good game though.
Yeah, good game of footy anyway. And as I've been saying week in week out, you turn up, you don't know who's going to win. No. So that's 1-1 Brothers and East.
It is,
now.
And they meet again in about 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So that'll be interesting to see the outcome in that one.
Good win tonight, mate.
Yeah, great win for the old boys, and great win for us after the performance we put up last time against Brothers. So good to get one back on even the ledger.
Good to see the old Tigers colours coming out for the day.
Yeah, the old boys strip. We like playing. We got the matching shorts and socks this year to accommodate. Simo has done great with this year. He got it for the Reggies as well. So it was awesome to see the club. Awesome to see over 70 plus old boys out here, and we had our ladies day at the same time. So all the partners and stuff got to celebrate at Kelky Moon and really enjoy the day.
You're well on top in the first half. In the second half, I thought Brothers were just getting on a roll and getting on top, and then a captain's try right into the post just knocked the fight out of them.
I actually think the opposite to him, mate. I actually think we were on the back foot in the first half. We defended for 8 sets on our line. Penalties, stupid stuff from us, errors, mistakes. The way we don't play footy, we gave them plenty of opportunity to do. To score points, and we just turned them away. So I'm pretty proud of the boys for that. And then in the second half, we got back to our footy, and Fuss gave us a solid talking to. Had to yell a little bit, but breed up the arse is something you need sometimes.
1-1 going into the third round. You're looking forward to the next game?
Yeah, always. It's always a good trot against Brothers, no matter who they got on the park, who they got there. So look, you don't win premierships. You don't win premierships in June. So we'll build on this. It's good. It's a good building block moving into the back end of the year, the last round of the year. So I think we play them again in 4 weeks' time. So I think the draw shuffles around a bit. So we'll see them before long, and have another good clash.
Well, enjoy the rest of the day with the old boys. So go and have a drink or two with them and catch up on a few old stories. And best of luck for the rest of the season.
Yeah, winner's piss tastes a lot better. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. Not a good birthday present today, Jack?
Nah, not the outcome we wanted, but I'm sure we'll be back stronger next week. I think we've got next week, Harvey Bay, I think. So be sure to get to training and turn up strong next week.
You got behind in the first half. In that second half, you just looked to be getting on top, and then their captain just scored under the sticks and they took out the fight.
Yeah, it was a good try by captain there, but we started to get a bit of roll on, but just lost momentum there. So tough second half there.
A bit fiery at the end.
Yeah, it was something, but I'm sure the boys will be mates after the game and get around it.
So it's 1-1 now. You got another game against Waves in the third round. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, 100%. I'm sure the boys will be fired up for it. And once again we'll come back stronger again and we'll get that win.
So have a good birthday, mate, and best luck for the rest of the season next week.
Yeah, thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you. Some good comments there from Reece Morn.
Yeah, Reece Morn and
Jake Piccaro on his 18th birthday. Not
the result he probably wanted, mate,
Yeah.
but I'm sure the boys shared him a couple of beers back at the club. He's a good young kid. He's another one who's just he's still playing 18, so that would have been his second game for the day. But I do believe Wade's forfeited in the 18s, so. I'm thinking that the young 18 boys who did step up would have been fresh. So no excuses there for brothers, but Waves obviously played better, mate.
Yep, they played well. Defence on both sides was good.
I mean, a 24-12 or 26-12.
Just a little bit of inexperience by some of the young lads, but
and it does show in those big games. Like they had a lot to play for. So, big game experience comes with the more you play, you know. It'll do them the world of good. The young fellas out at Brothers, well done to Waves. They stood up and they got the chocolates.
Good to see young lads getting a run around town.
Absolutely, mate.
There's a lot of young lads in all teams at this moment in time.
Which is good to see. It just means that the future of the game's moving forward, there's some quality there. I think... as have been in that in an A-grade coaching role here in town, you want to try and start blooding them a bit, give them a taste. You don't want to use them up, but Dean, you can't be flogging the guts out of them week after week after week. No. It just doesn't work. And if the team's going well, they love it. But if the team's not going well, it doesn't work sometimes. So I'm a big believer in blooding them in over a couple of seasons and turn them into A-graders. Yeah. Turn them into A-graders. You might take from when they turn 17. They do 2 years of 18s. a couple of games, a few more games the next year, and then onwards and upwards. Like young Simo in the. Playing A-grade there for Brothers. He started in the 10 there on the weekend. He was one. I think he played 1 or 2 games off the bench last year. Yeah. He's come in again this year, and mate, he's played himself into a spot. Yeah. So you can't push him back down. Like if they're so over them years coming up, 2 years in 18s and getting blooded, and now he's turning into another year or two, mate. He'll be a proper good front rower in this competition, no doubt in my mind.
Then moving on to Eskdale Park.
Yes.
Another sad day for the Sea Eagles.
Yeah, mate. They didn't have a great outing. No. Unfortunately, so. Yeah, just checked up on those scores, Dino. Actually, Wallaroos giving a bit of a spanker, mate. 116-1. Yeah. So the Seagulls boys got a point at the end, I think. They've kicked a field goal there somewhere. So
just to get on the board.
Yeah. So, mate, once again, hard to say what's going on with that. And it's hard. I don't think we've got any vision of the game. Well done to Wallaroos. They've gone out and put on a wonderful display, and Harvey Bay back to the drawing board for them. Yeah.
Then in the other A-grade game, we got the East Magpies playing the West Panthers. We have a little bit of footage of that game.
Vision of that one.
Didn't get the chance to interview anybody after the game, but West's big scoring game on both sides, like 42-28.
Yeah, so West got the win there, Dean. Yeah. 42-28. Yeah, definitely a lot of tries scored.
Yeah, West just do their just played out their
just their regular style
and just went through.
Mate, like these two teams are very, very tough, very, very tough through the middle. Big defence. There's a bit of push and shove. There's like none of them want to back down either. So. These contests can be a bit fiery, sometimes a bit disappointing. You don't go to watch that out there, but, mate, it's in the heat of the moment. And to be honest, that's footy. Yeah. When you've got big and testosterone-filled men running at each other, sometimes stuff can happen like that. But, very high scoring, and that's sort of the thing that worries me about both these teams is their defence up to the task? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, for a team to score 42 points, but to let in nearly 30, You know.
You'd be scoring 28, wanting to win.
Well, that's exactly right. If
Not
you're
like the
scoring
42.
28 points, you should be winning, not letting in 42. But if you're scoring 42 points, you don't want to be letting in 28. So, you know, there's probably a few things I'll have a look at during the week and see what comes out of the wrap up of these games.
Yeah, Christopher Robinson on fire with their boots.
Yeah, mate.
6 out of 7.
Six from 7.
Yeah, not a bad effort and a meat pie to go with it.
Yeah, well done. He's a great young kid, mate. Very, very talented. Plays good football. Yeah. I've had his brother. We had his brother one year out at Brothers, and he also is a good footballer. He's over at West playing this year as well. So, you know, it's good for the boys to get to run around together as brothers. You know, you don't get too many opportunities like that at times. But yeah, all in all, well done to West. That's a good win. Gets in the 2 points, and well, as for East, that's 2 losses on the trot. Yeah. I'm not sure who they've got next week. It could be Waves, I believe. So another tough outing for them next week, Dino.
Yeah. So end of the second round, and we've got the league ladder here. So.
Brothers still sit on top.
Just 1 point in front of Waves.
Yeah, that'd be that draw. That'd be the draw against East, that game. So, yeah, I mean, Brothers are still, you know, at the moment, still the yardstick. They've only lost 2 games for the year.
Yeah.
Waves and East are close. You know, they've only lost 3 games apiece, but East have the draw.
West have lost 4 on this, but that game takes them 1 point behind East. After that win, so.
Oh, okay, so they'll jump up the ladder there.
Yeah, so
they'll stay the same.
They've caught up. They're only 1 point behind now. So.
And then down to Wallaroos and poor old Harvey Bay, who are 9-0, mate. Yeah. So yeah, they've got some work to do. You know, look, I'm going to probably say it now. It's going to be hard for them to make finals from that position, mate.
Definitely. Yeah.
But yeah, as for the other 5 sides. You know, watching Wallaroos and some of their stuff lately and playing in halves, if they can put an 80-minute performance together, that they could trouble any side in the comp, and I'm happy to say that. As for the other 3 top teams, West, East and Brothers, you don't know at this time of the year. You know, Brothers have got some injuries. Anything can happen there. Some injuries. Maybe some suspensions out of the weekend, we don't know. But Waves are going to be on the same boat. Yeah. You know, I would say there could be both sides are hit with some suspensions out of that bit of a...
running a few short.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens next week. Just wait till the team list come out and we'll go from there on that, yeah.
Well, that's just about covered most of the... league in Bundaberg and
excellent.
The Northern Districts and Central. We'll just take a break and we'll be back with another guest, Brittany Holding.
Your local Better are your appliance specialists with everything from fridges and laundry to TV, small appliances and much more. Plus, with a range of payment options available, you can buy now and pay later. Go local, that's better.
There's one name across our region that's synonymous with all things hospitality, Rum City Foods. And with more than 50 staff and 4,500 square metres under one roof, Rum City Foods stocks everything. They've got the lot. Paul's Milk, frozen products, packaged foods, dairy, bakery, drinks, chemicals, and all the hospitality packaging you need. Rum City Foods are a proud member of Countrywide Australasia. Find them at rumcityfoods.com.au or at their massive new premises on Commercial Street, Bundaberg.
And our next guest is down in Wondai, and we're going to be speaking to the women's coordinator down there, Brittany Holding. Are you there, Brittany?
Yes, hey, how are you going?
We're going good, thanks. Women's coordinator, what is that involving?
Everything to do with both of our 2 female teams that we field here. So we have the under-16s girls team and the open women's team that play in the wide bay female competition.
So you've got a double header this week?
Yes, we're travelling to Bundaberg, I believe, this weekend. We are playing Fraser Coast in both grades.
Yeah.
So on the weekend, Brittany, that'll be two. So you're bringing two Wondai teams up, is that right? So the 16s
Yeah,
and
we'll
the
bring our
A
under
grade?
16 girls. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And the A grade side. Now we had a bit of a look at that competition. Bundy's got a side in that. The other about 2 weeks ago, I think we spoke about it. In your eyes, how are you going competition wise? Where do you think you're fitting into the season so far? Winning games, losing games. We haven't seen a lot of results yet. So just wondering how you feel that the comp's going at the moment.
Yeah, we're really enjoying our footy. So we had a really big pre-season starting. We started back in January, so it was a long time coming when the comp finally kicked off. We've been going very well. Quite, I don't want to say quietly confident because I hate saying we're confident, but we haven't lost a game yet. We've got a lot of talented players that played in the battalion team, along with very serious at our training, and our club culture is really strong. So both our 16s and our A grade team haven't lost yet.
Yeah, that's awesome for the club. And it's good to hear you say that the 16 team's really strong as well. So those girls, once they turn 17, they'll be able to filter through into that A-grade women's side.
Yeah, absolutely. The pathway we want to create. And at one we want girls in our under 12. So this year was a bit harder for the competition. We tried to sort of get 14s, 16s, 18s, sort of to get more age groups, but it's a bit hard to levels with girls are so small. So we really want to pathways under 12 girls have somewhere to go, and then our under 16 girls have somewhere to go up into A grade, because that's where we want to put them.
Yeah, that's awesome. We had the local women's comp here in town for quite a few years, and it's fallen a bit by the wayside, just lack of numbers. But it's so good to see that out in the country that the clubs are getting together. And like for you, you're talking about 12s, to have 14s and 16s, 18s. I just think that's wonderful. What are your thoughts on pathways for the young girls coming through to, not even necessarily to play A grade, but like maybe go higher from their juniors out there. They have all the opportunity to play for Wide Bay and stuff like that, the girls out in Wondai?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're sort of competing at a club level with school football as well, because a lot are very much easier sports because the trainings are in school time, the captain will help them out that way, whereas clubs are a bit different and it takes up your weekends. Get around programs like the Rise and implementing them younger ages, then that's the way to go, which we're sort of really doing our own club programs at Wondai where we're retaining them from when they're 12, and then next year we're really confident and hoping that we'll be able to get a 14s team through the programs that we run through our club, encouraging their involvement development as well. Like, it's not just trying to get a girl to play just so you can throw her in the wing or just get her so she's in the team. Like, we really want to develop the players to keep them in the game longer.
Yeah, that's awesome, Brittany. Well done. Like, I think you're doing a great job up there in Wondai. Just to have numbers like you've got is a wonderful thing, and that's a credit to yourself and the team up there. Thoughts on the women's NRL? Who's your team, and who would you like to see added into next year's competition? I know there's more women coming in, and I'm sure a lot of the young girls up there would follow the game. So yeah, just want to get maybe an idea who you support and who you'd like to see maybe come in the next couple of years.
I'm a Broncos girl. I love supporting the Broncos girl, and Ali Bradshaw and Stephanie.
Well done, me too.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah, but
We're all in the Broncos train.
I was lucky enough to attend the Women's Origin in Sydney last week, so that was really good seeing the girls get down there.
Awesome.
I think it would be cool to add. Obviously, you want your local regions to thrive, but like subbing it out further down and getting a Melbourne Storm team, they have good development. Just sort of follow along how the boys do through the Falcons system and go down, because the Falcons want to get that women's team entered into that competition next year. So it just makes sense to streamline from that. I think.
That, you know what, that's probably the best answer you could have given there, because you hit the nail on the head with the way the Storm work and the Falcons and stuff like that, feeder wise. And there's a lot of good quality girls at the Sunshine Coast, and I think that would be a great pathway for our girls in the Wide Bay area to be able to look forward to them to push on into the statewide leagues and stuff like that, and then that gets them one step closer then to maybe that NRL dream. And the women's game's going in leaps and bounds. You guys up there doing a wonderful job. This Wide Bay competition is really kicking off now. So I'll just like to say thank you for what you're doing up there, and I take my hat off to you, because nothing like this is easy. It takes volunteers, it takes people willing to give their time, and you're one of them, Brittany, so well done to you.
Yes, well done, Brittany.
Yeah, awesome, thank you.
And did you watch any of the men's games after there? Because we've got a little bit of results from them games. Did you see any that you could tell us about?
Our local league, so our local South Bernard, they played at the same time as we did last weekend, so last Sunday as well. And they had a local game in Cherbourg on Sunday, and I think they won convincingly against Mergen, but that was really tight up until like the last 15-20 minutes. And Wandai gave Kingaroy a good run for their money. Kingaroy been having some really dominant wins.
Kingaroy seemed to be the yardstick up in the South Burnett comp at the moment. We see a lot of their results wins. So for Wandai, like 28-40, they've pushed them along really well in that game, Dino, I reckon.
Yeah, I think Wandai, we were down 28-10 at half time, and then the boys strung together some really good points to make the set competitive. And talking to the coach, who's my father, he just said we just ran out. Too little too late for the comeback.
Yeah. No, but that's good. The scoreline, especially for Wandai, I think they're on the improve and starting to look better as the season goes along. So well done to the boys up there.
Yeah.
And Kingaroy will keep motoring on. And that Cherbourg game, 60-26 over Mergen. That's a bit of a trouncing in the end. But you said, Brittany, that they were? It was actually a lot closer than that.
A lot closer than the score remained. Mergen were up 12-0 within the first 10 minutes.
Wow, okay.
And then it was sort of just back forward, and then I think you'll find it got to 26 all, and then the interchange sort of come in and killed it a bit there, because they brought in the 12 interchanges per half now in the South Burnett, where it used to just be unlimited. So a lot of teams, that was sort of the struggle at the start of the year with the big blowouts, because a lot of teams were adjusting to the interchange rule.
Okay. Yeah, right. So they give you 12 a half, did you say? And
12 per half. Yeah.
12 per half, so 24 in the game.
You could make a comeback at that, Steve.
Well, yeah. I think they're quite lucky, to be honest. We went from, in the Bundy comp there a few years ago, it might have been back in 2016, it went from unlimited interchange in A grade down to 8.
Yeah.
In one season. So, as an ex-coach myself, I can understand how the interchange stuff works, and it does take time to get your head around it. So well done to Cherbourg there. They've obviously got the interchange right and come away with a good win.
So you're going to be up in Bundaberg this week.
Yeah, as the draw says, we take on Fraser Coast. So it's us and Fraser Coast at the top of the ladder so far. We've won all our games and they've won all theirs bar when they've played us. So it's a really good game when we play each other. Our under 16s girls, it's good to say, but they have a really talented side. Like they're posting big scores of 40, 50 every week, and they've got some really just crazy individual
we've seen a few of those
superstars, as well as when they play together. It's crazy to watch. We watch it as A-grade women and just think we play them for touch on Tuesday and Thursday night, so their warm down is our warm up, and we play them in touch. flog us every time.
To be young again.
Yeah, we saw a couple of those young girls early.
Yeah, early in the year we had some vision.
Some visions of the juniors.
Yeah.
And there were some really talented.
Really skillful young girls
and
out there.
girls.
And that's why I was starting to bring up about the maybe some pathways for them girls to move forward. So, no, it's really good stuff.
Anyway, Brittany, thank you for your time. And we may see you up at, is it Salters Oval this weekend? Okay, and good luck.
Yeah, you might catch us for you might catch us for Country Week as well for the Q Cup. We get to host a Q Cup game this year, sorry. That's on the 15th of July at 1:00. We get to host that Q Cup game between North Devils and Wynnum.
Excellent.
That'll be a good game.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be one to have maybe get in the car and drive out for, Dino.
Yeah, it might be.
All right.
We'll get Bryce to drive.
Yeah, too right. He can do the damage.
All right, Brittany, thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing you around the traps, and good luck for the season and good luck for this weekend. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So,
No worries.
Local Better are your appliance specialists with everything from fridges and laundry to TV, small appliances and much more. Plus, take advantage of our free delivery service within 20 k's of your local Better store. Go local, that's better.
Who can you call upon when interest rates are rising or if your fixed rate is ending? The refinanciers from Aussie. We'll make your home loan work harder. Let's talk.
joining me tonight, our special guest is a Australian dual international and also played for Fiji in the World Cup, Mr. Lottie Takiri. Welcome, Lottie.
Thanks, mate. Glad to be here.
What brings you to Bundaberg?
It brings me to Bundaberg, just sprouting a new business and the members benefits program that we have called Fan Stands, and it's also giving away prizes to really awesome world sporting events, mate.
Yeah, I just saw the draw for the cricket there. Would the send a Pom back to cheer on the Poms against the Aussies?
Mate, you've spent a bit of time here, mate. Who are you cheering now? Are you still going for the Poms?
I'll stop at Queensland.
Nice. I like it.
I go up from the Broncos to Queensland.
Perfect. That's it.
And that's it.
Nice.
Yeah. So you're a ex-Bronco.
Yep.
99 games.
99 games. I often get asked that one.
Yeah.
But I've got, so when you play for the Broncos, when you get to your 100 games, they give you like an iron Bronco.
Yeah.
And I got one. It was 99 NRL games, but I got to 100 when I played St Helens.
Okay.
In the World Club Challenge.
That's very good.
I think it was at Bolton, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Not far. Right up your part of the world?
Yeah, over the border, in the Red Rose country where the White Rose.
Yeah, nice.
So, St Helens, the World Cup final, how did you find that over there?
Cold.
Yeah.
Cold. They beat us. I think it was started season 2001. Just come off a really hard, tough pre-season. And I think they just finished. But yeah, they were a great team. I remember great players in their team. Wellens, who else did they have? I played against Sean Hoppy.
Yeah.
Great player. So
he's been living local, as Sean.
Has he?
Yeah.
Is he?
I think about a couple of weeks ago he just took another job up in Gladstone, but he's been working in this area for. I think he retired.
You'll have to get him on the show, mate.
To here. Oh, I've been in his ear.
Yeah. Okay.
He's staying out of sight, out of mind, I think, at this moment in time.
Great player, Sean Hobby.
Absolutely, and a great man. He actually came and had a season at Brothers in town.
There you
reserve
go.
grade. Won a reserve grade grand final in Brothers. That must be the highlight of his career. Yes.
Awesome.
So you broke my heart and you went and signed Union.
Yeah. 2000. No, well, I did. In 2003, I did swap over. Had a great time at the Broncos. I actually didn't want to leave. Played with some unbelievable players there. Was very lucky to play with guys like Alan Langer, Kevin Walters is now the current coach. Gordy was a great team to be a part of. I don't know if I was looking for something different, but I always said at some point in my career I'd like to play rugby union.
Yeah.
My father played rugby union. That's how we actually came to Australia. So I thought at some point I'd do that, and I ticked a lot of boxes before that. So I'd won a grand final, played for Queensland, I played for Australia in rugby league. So I was lucky enough to tick those boxes and young enough to think, well, 2003 is a Rugby World Cup. They came knocking at the end of 2002. And I thought about it. I'm not going to lie, the money was pretty good too. That definitely helped when you can sign something that's maybe quadruples the amount that you're already on.
Yeah.
Definitely helps. So I did that, mate, and went over and played in that Rugby World Cup, and then 2003 lost to your countrymen in the Rugby World Cup final.
Oh, yeah, I did watch that one.
Of course you did.
Yeah, we'd gone up. I was doing some work for a electrical store here, Better Electrical, and it was their Christmas dinner.
Yeah, there you
down
go.
at a restaurant in town, and they'd bought the first big screen that they had from their TV, and
they put it on.
Put it on there, and me and my wife were the only
Englishmen.
English people. Well, there was another one, but he was under a table asleep. He'd had a big day at the party.
Yeah, nice.
So me and my wife were the only two there when little Johnny Wilkinson slaughtered
Johnny
that.
Wilkinson on his right foot.
Yeah.
I've got to commend the English fans. I think they really make tournaments. I think obviously got the Barmy Army with the cricket. They were so loud. They really made that tournament. They travel well, the English fans, and really, the noise was deafening at that stadium that night. And I didn't like the fact they didn't have more, but there was a lot of white jerseys in that crowd that night. They've got a chance to come back down again. I think we've got the 2027 Rugby World Cup in Australia. So I think we'll see a big influx of them again, mate. You can have people stay over, mate.
Oh, we've had that, mate. We've had plenty. We've had family come over for weddings and holidays and things, yeah. So eventually you came back?
Eventually I came back. So I left for about 6 years, 2003 to 2009. Eventually came back. I spent a little stint after that 2009 season at Leicester, Leicester Tigers, and then I came back to the West Tigers in Sydney to play out a few years and come back with a bit of a point to prove,
Yeah.
I hadn't played rugby league for a long time, but thought I'd still had something to give, and I wanted to test myself against the best, and playing in that elite rugby league competition was pretty cool, and for the West Tigers to ask me to come back was even better. So I still had that burning desire to play a quite competitive game. Not to say that English comp wasn't competitive, but I thought I still had to give. I still had a point to prove back in Australia. So I came back to West Tigers, mate.
Yeah.
And probably 2010, 2011, we were close to winning the comp. We got knocked out in the prelim both years.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of regret about not going a little bit further in those years with the Tigers. But, such is life.
Yeah.
I think 2012 maybe, while still there, it's the last time, sadly for Tigers fans, that they reached the finals. So, I think, hopefully for them over the next couple of years, they can have a bit of success.
Yeah.
They're getting better this year.
They're getting there.
They're getting there.
Tim Sheens is a bit of a wily character.
Yeah, he is. I like Sheensy because he's a coach who really trusts what you want to do. If you want to give it a go, you can obviously try it out in the training paddock, and then and then he lets you have a go. You know, he had great plays in Benji Marshall, Robbie Farah, who played expansive footy. I really enjoyed my time there.
That's good. I know you're got a plane to catch, so I'd like to thank you for your time coming on the show, and hopefully can catch up with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll definitely be back, mate.
Yeah, thank you very much, Lottie, for giving me your time.
No
and,
problems.
good luck with your new business venture.
Appreciate that, buddy.
See Tackle Vans, your family-owned caravanning experts for the popular New Age caravan range. Walkinshaw designed and engineered for superior strength and reliability. Start your adventures today with a New Age caravan from Dale and the team at Tackle Vans to Calvin Street, Bundaberg.
And that's the end of our show. And thank you for Lottie Takiri, although he wasn't here, Stephen.
I missed that one,
promised
Dino.
to come back.
Yeah, no, it'd be good to see Lottie, meet him again. Mate, actually played a bit of footy against him back in the day with the same age. So played a bit of rep football against each other. So it'd be good to bump back into Lottie. But great interview, Dino. He, great guy, dual international, mate. What more do you need to say?
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
Top of his game.
Absolutely, yeah. One of the best league wingers I think I've ever seen, and absolutely dominated in union as well, mate. So great bloke to have on the show. I appreciate his time, which is awesome.
That's my first superstar interview.
You did a great job, mate. Did a great job, Dino. Bit starstruck, I bet.
Definitely.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah. So we'll be back next week with the kickoff with more news and views from Bundaberg and the surrounding areas. See you next week. Cheers, Stephen.
Thank you. Thanks for having me again, Dean. It's good to be here.